Hello there guys, and welcome to the very first episode on this brand new FIFA channel called Benny's FIFA. I'm Benny. This is the first episode of the first series that's going to run on my channel called the Ratings Wars. In the background now you can just see the general sort of club setup. You guys have seen this a million times before. You've probably all made separate accounts and gone through this numerous times, so I don't need to explain it. I'll leave that running in the background and just explain a little bit about myself and what this series is. So like I said, I'm Benny. I've been playing FIFA since 2007 on the PS2. I think that was the one with Rooney and Ronaldinho on the front, wasn't it? I've been playing Ultimate Team since about the back end of FIFA 11, the very start of FIFA 12. I didn't actually realise Ultimate Team was a game mode on FIFA until then. I only ever played it for the career mode. I'm an absolute football nut, completely obsessed with the game. I can literally talk people to sleep about football. And I love video games. Video games is one of my main pastimes. It's the main way I relax. So putting a love of football and a love of video games together, FIFA is pretty much perfect for me. I do miss the old days of FIFA videos being more about road to glories rather than pink slips. Someone like Sam 5000, for instance, was a massive favourite of mine, big inspiration for why I've started making videos, to be honest with you. I'll just go explain a little bit about the series called the Rating Wars. Basically, it's your standard road to glory. I start off with a bronze team, build them up to a silver team, build them up to a gold team, and then go for some infos, hopefully some team of the seasons. I've decided to focus on the BBVA because for me personally, when I'm playing online, that's the league I come across the least. BPL, Bundesliga, Serie A are very, very popular. Ligue 1 teams seem to be quite popular this year as well, with likes of Cavani being very, very cheap. So I've decided to go BBVA just because that's the one that I come across the least. It seems to be the least popular league. Whether that's correct for you guys, I don't know. That's just my personal taste. If this series goes down well in the future, I'll probably do it again for other leagues like the Eredivisie or the Polish league, the Liga Portuguesa, whatever you guys want. The way it works, it's exactly the same as a normal Road to Glory. The twist is I can only upgrade one of the players if they achieve a higher match rating of 8.5. 8.5 or above, and I get to upgrade them. If they don't achieve the 8.5 or above, then, well, they have to stay in the club, and basically I have to earn each player's upgrade. So they'll start out as a bronze, and then upgrade to a silver, then they'll upgrade to a gold, as I said. When we do finally get the complete bronze team finished, a couple of the gold and the silver players that we got out of the first pack there, they'll be going, so I can make a full bronze team, and I'll probably bring them back when I make the gold team, who knows. So we're just running through the setup here. I started out calling the club actually Benny's FIFA, but I thought that's a bit boring, that's a bit samey, calling the channel name, the FIFA name, the series, everything the same. So I decided to call it Outside the Box, which I thought was a bit of a play on words. I thought it was clever. Whether that comes across as arrogant or being like holier than thou, I apologise for that. One of the manager tasks completed as well. We also go across to the store because we realise we've got one of the free packs here, and we do actually get very, very lucky in this pack. I was very happy when I opened this. I've recently just finished playing with the bronze MLS team, and this player who pops up here, Lee Nguyen, everyone butchers that name, I'm not quite sure how to pronounce it. He's over 80 pace with 4-star skill moves in the MLS, and he goes for about 5 to 6k. So obviously opening that, I was absolutely over the moon because it's a great way to start the series off. Bit of a coin boost. Just look through the rest of the pack. Look for any Italian players at the moment because the majority of my opening pack was Italian, so I might be able to get a bit of a chem, see if there's any BBVA players for the long term. There isn't, so I quick sell everything. We go onto the transfer market and we compare the prices on Nguyen, I'm going to butcher his name every single time, and see that he's going for almost 6k. We run through the first page and it actually crashes when I try and load up the second page, so I just decide, you know what, I can put him up for exactly what he's worth and hang around and maybe have to relist him a couple times, or I can undercut, put him at 4,900 and sell him instantly. The pause there was actually, I was going on the FIFA 14 database on my PC and actually checking his price. So I put him up for 49k, and you'll see that he does actually sell very, very quickly, and we get the coins pretty soon. Yeah, okay, we're going to jump into our first game here. Now, I wasn't quite sure what I was going to play because I don't really want to jump into seasons with such a poor team, but then in the online single matches, people bronze their bench and you end up coming against, I'll probably play full silver teams, a full non-rare, low-rated gold team if I go into there. So I decided to start off in seasons and hope I come across someone who's in an unfortunate position like me, who's just started a new account or just bought the game. So we loaded up here. You can see we've got a couple of Ever Benega, the centre forward at the top there. He's going to be the star player of the team. It's a good job that FIFA doesn't have a consistency stat, because he's actually one of the most inconsistent players I've ever seen in real life. He's a bit like Lewis Nani or Hatem Ben Arfa. Has all the potential in the world to be a game winner, to be the best player on the pitch, but just doesn't do it on a regular basis. Very inconsistent. Hopefully he can do it on a more regular basis for us. We see this guy's team here. He's got, I believe that's Juan at centre-back. Personally, I'd put him in the middle so he wasn't at full-back. And the Marseille striker there, I'm not quite sure who that is, actually. Danny Graham. Okay, so we're just going to wait for this game to load up, and here we go. And this is, like I said, this is the very first episode of the very first series. It's the first FIFA YouTube video I've ever done, and we do not really get off to the best start here. This guy plays a long ball over the top. My defenders don't really react, then he smacks it into the top corner. Now, that's basically because I'm used to using gold centre-backs with high aggression, high standing tackle, high marking, and usually in that situation they will automatically stick a leg out, make a block, make a tackle for you. I forgot for a second that I was playing with bronze centre-halves and instantly conceded. It was then that I realised I hadn't changed any of the controller settings, and I had it on auto switching for me, which I absolutely hate. So we switch it just to air balls, and we come back out of it and we kick the game off. You'll have to bear with me on the commentary, guys. First time I've ever done this, I'm a bit nervous. We go straight into the gameplay. We manage to steal the ball back here, passing it around a bit. Try the through ball. He gets it cleared. We pick it up. Out to the left wing. Little bit of dribbling. I often find if you're running straight down the line and you cut back and then you go in the same direction, you can lose the fullback. Cross it in. Evan Benega's there in the middle. Wait for the ball to drop, just so it's on his head. Power it up three quarters bar and aim into the top corner, and Evan Benega gets us the equaliser. I've never actually seen Evan Benega in real life be any good with his head, but it does seem, obviously, this year round on FIFA 14, anyone can score header goals. The second goal comes again as we steal it off him. We're playing it a bit around. Evan Benega lays it off, makes the run, chip over the top. Benega, I take the shot, and the guy makes a tackle and gives away a penalty. And to be honest with you, I don't think that's a penalty. The player slides in and the ball goes in a completely different direction. It's obviously not Benega who's hit it that way. It's obviously the defender that's won the ball. It's not a penalty, but in this situation, when I'm so desperate for wins so early on, I'm going to take the penalty. Half bar, 2 seconds to the left, and it's not all the way in the top corner, but at this stage of the game, against these level of bronze goalkeepers, he wasn't going to save it even if he died the right way. So that puts us 2-1 up now. And that's how the first half ends. You might be able to see briefly there the stats. It's pretty even, to be honest with you, in possession and the shots. So we're going to jump straight back into the second half and instantly into one of the highlights. So Menesso on the ball, plays it up to the top left to Soriano, who's one of the players that's out of position, cuts back inside, takes it in, right foot shot, it just goes narrowly wide. When I hit that, I thought that was nestling in the bottom corner. I forgot that I was using a player on terrible chemistry, and it's gone wide as it should. We pick up a free kick, we play it short, inside, through ball back inside. We take the first touch on the sprint to go inside the fullback. See Benega hanging out outside the box. He takes the first touch, knocks it past the slide tackle, weak foot finesse, 3-1. And that is how the game's going to end. And as expected, Evan Benega steps up, and he is our man of the match. He is our star performer. He is the one who wins the game for us. As you can see, the connection was lost shortly after the guy actually rage quit. So you can see the ratings on the screen there. We've got Soriano, Politano and Evan Benega that all got 8.5 or above. I'm not going to upgrade Benega just yet because he's the best player in the team, but Soriano and Politano are going to be upgraded to BBVA players. So that's what we'll be doing now as we go back into the transfer market. Just running through, you can see there, first 3 points of the division, handful of coins to add to the total that we will actually have quite a large princely sum for someone that's just begun, because our man Lee, that surname again, has actually sold on. Someone instant bought him for the 4,900. If I'd hang around for maybe 30 seconds more and not gone straight into the game, I probably would have got the transfer there and then. But we do pop over to the transfer screen just to confirm the sale of going, and then we go out and we pick up our 2 upgrades. So we venture into the transfer market, and it does do the bug where you set it as the minimum buy now, and for some reason it doesn't bring any results back the first time round, so you have to change the buy now. You guys all know this. It's an absolutely ridiculous bug, glitch. It happens both on the web app and in game, and I have no idea why EA haven't decided to sort it out, because it seems to be one of the most obvious things. It happens to everyone. It's not just a glitch that happens on some consoles, it happens to everyone. We go and pick us up. I don't do myself any favours with the surnames of these players. Exposito? I think that's right. He seemed to be the better. There was only really 2 bronze right mid Spanish options in the BBVA. He seemed to be the better of the 2. We look for a bronze CM in the BBVA, and we actually get very, very lucky, because the guy that we end up buying is both rare, has very, very good stats for a bronze, he's Spanish, and he plays for Valencia. So when we slot him, there you go, there's the bug on the web app, on the transfer market. So when we slot him into the team, he's going to have a strong chem link with the right mid, and a very, very good link with Ever Benego up front, putting all 3 of our 2 new players and our best player all on max chemistry, which is lovely. Just having a look through, and obviously don't want to overpay. 950 seems to be the going rate, so we pick up Porto. And we are coming to the end of this video, guys. Obviously in future episodes I'm going to have much more gameplay. There's going to be much less of my boring voice talking at you guys. The videos are going to be short. I'm aiming for about 6.5 to 7 minutes. That's the average sort of FIFA YouTube video size, isn't it? Maybe at least 2 games, probably more 3 games in an episode, and cut just down to either the goals or the very, very well worth watching highlights. I could have said that a lot better. The meaningful, significant highlights. That's the way to say it. We take out Politano for Exposito. We also take out the wrong CM for Porto. I obviously I did not realise that it was Soriano that actually got the 8.5, not the bronze that I took out. I then realised my mistake. So we actually, sorry Soriano, you didn't get away with that. We switch him back out for Defendi, and that is how we're going to end the episode. That's how the squad's looking up. We got not the best chemistry, but 71 for a starter pack team and a couple of transfers isn't bad. We looked through the team and realised that the wide midfielder's probably got a much better chance of achieving an 8.5 if he's actually a wide midfielder and not a CDM. Alright guys, that's how we're going to end the video. If you got any comments, if you got any feedback, please let me know. I'll absolutely love any sort of comments or subs or likes, anything you guys want to recommend. If I'm not doing something right, if you want to see something more from me, please let me know. Alright, peace. Thanks guys.